So, guys, this is a checkpoint where police usually stay, and at the end of the day, a lot of things usually happen: kidnapping, robbery, and what have you. And there's a particular building at the back of that checkpoint. That is what you are seeing there. And they said in that place, a lot of atrocities have been going on there. And the question now is that the villagers got to understand that something of that nature is happening there. Then how is it possible? Or very, how is it so difficult for the police not to have known, being that in front of that particular house they have always been checkpoints, police checkpoints, and they could not discover that? It took the intervention of the villagers to discover such a thing, because like they say, every week something bad usually happen, bad usually happen. And in that particular house they have a lot of things going on, a lot of exhibits in that particular place, and people had to come out even from their car, because that place is a checkpoint. And before you could say Jack Robinson, the police were nowhere to be found. You see, you can imagine. But with this, by the time police will be asked, they will feign ignorance. They will tell you they don't know what you are talking about. They will tell you we know nothing, we don't even understand what you are saying. Just like it happened now, they didn't even see any of the police officers. And that, in that particular place, right there at the back, it is not far from their checkpoint. So would they tell us they don't know? When it comes to soft targets, they will tell you, you don't expect us to fold our hands and begin to watch people misbehave. So they have not done their investigations to that level. You see that I could remember one time, one year, I don't know whether it's still obtainable, because they are still coming back again now, because I don't know, the IGP that was there that blocked, that cancelled, or that said there should not be any roadblock nationwide. Again, the House of Rep is telling the Nigerian police, especially the IGP, that they should stop all these illegal, those ones say even illegal roadblocks or illegal checkpoints should be stopped across the nation. But I could remember then when one of the IG came out and said there's no, whether legal or illegal, no checkpoints. And at that particular time, for close to 2 years, all this issue of a robbery on the highway stopped. And what does that tell one? That the ant that is eating the vegetable is inside the vegetable. They are the ones, majority of the atrocities being committed on the highway, they know about it. How would they justify this? Just like I said, they will tell you, oh, we don't know anything, we don't know what you guys are talking about. And before you know it, everything will die down. And we want to improve, we want to progress in this country. It's not possible. It's not possible. Every little things that are happening in the country, Buhari is not even aware, which is supposed to be aware, because people are always asking, does it mean he does not read papers? Does it mean he does not go through what is happening? There are some little things that even you as a president, if you cannot come out, you see what is happening on social media for somebody who is really interested in this country. But all he knows is just to be moving around. At the end of the day, the 2023 will come and it will go. At least it will be on record that he became a president under military and under the civilian rule, under democratic setting. If really they know that there's somebody who is up and doing, you will see that all the people who have been put in various positions, because the people will now tell you that, why are you mentioning Buhari? Because if really he is up and doing, definitely those who have been put in one position or the other, they will know that, if this man hears this thing, they will call the people who are in in charge. They will call them to order. Why is this happening? You are the one in charge of this, you are the one in charge of that. Why are things not going on? What am I hearing? But since they know that, forget, that person said, not even know what they happen for the country, what will not happen? Everybody is now boss. Everybody is doing what he or she likes. Especially, I'm talking about those who are holding one public office. Those who are the government officials. That's what they do. A lot of impunity. The other day, Joe Igboke came out and told us that Buhari has not been indicted when it comes to financial corruption, this and this and this and that. And some people say, don't worry, you cannot judge a government when they are still in power. It is after they must have left you begin to hear a lot of things, because a lot of people will not want to say anything now, because they know that the person is still powerful. They will not want to get into trouble. But by the time you are no longer in power, nobody cares again. But which is even a bad thing, because that is not the way it ought to be. That is not the way it ought to be. The power revolves around only on one person, which is not the right thing to do. We are talking about a place, a country that's supposed to be systemic in things, but reverse is the case. See, all of this is happening now. Before Jack Robinson, now everything will die under, will be swept under the carpet. Nobody will hear anything again. Believe you me, you will hear nothing again. That's the end. Just as people will talk, and then they will just go and sit down. Who is going to press forward? Who is going to want to make the case to make sure that this thing is not swept under the carpet? Before you could say Jack Robinson, your head go enter. Everybody will just take over again. We could see from the video that being shared. How do we justify this kind of a thing? That in front, at the back of where you do your checkpoints, that is the den of kidnappers, and you never knew anything about it. You should be able to put one and two together. You will know what has been happening. You will know what has been happening. It's just very, very unfortunate.